So this is an interesting story I just remembered. When Bon Jovi was putting his studio together, and this was like the late '90s, when he bought the big house in Red Bank, and he had the carriage house, and I've put the video so you guys could see that. But the one part that I didn't tell you guys is that Obi, who's is Bon Jovi's right hand man, uh, him and John decided they were going to get a big Neve console, and they wanted an 8078, which is kind of like a white unicorn. You know, it's they're so hard to get, and they're so expensive. He had me looking for one, and I did find one. And this company, Sonic Circus, said that they had one, and we start negotiating with them. And to make a long story short, got the price together. You know, they told us condition, everything was looking good. And at the end, Obi says, "Okay, well, have them put a contract together, telling us that they actually have possession of the console and they own it, and we'll send the money up, so so we can get things going." And when I said that to, I think the guy's name was David Lyons, he said, "Well, we don't actually own the console. We don't have it. We're the broker. We're the middleman for the whole thing." And we said, well, how does that work? If we send you the money and you don't have it, what happens if you don't get it? And he said, "Well, then we'll send you your money back." I said, well, we need some kind of guarantees. And he said, "Well, I can't guarantee it because I don't have it." So that whole deal fell through. And I don't think it was any ill will on the Sonic Circus part. It just they just didn't physically have possession of the console. And dealing with brokers, sometimes this is the kind of thing. So you got to be careful. So when that didn't happen, Obi asked me about SSL consoles, where we could find used ones. And at that time, Professional Audio Design had a deal with SSL, that any SSL consoles that were traded in, they got them and then they could resell them and service them. So Obi flew up to Boston to see what they had, because from what I understand, they had a showroom with the SSLs in there. And he saw the one he liked, and he talked to the owner, Dave Malaport, and he says, "Okay." He told Dave, "You're going to talk to George from now on. George is doing all the negotiating for us." And I thought this was funny, but Obi told him, "If you are talking to me, something is very wrong, and it's not going to be a pleasant conversation. So all conversations have to go through George." And, Dave said, "Okay." So they all went through me. I negotiated the price, made all the arrangements, and we got that down to Red Bank, New Jersey, and it was installed in the studio. But the compromise is the Bon Jovi people, Obi, bought a rack of Sheps modules. He got 8 of them to compensate for not having the Neve console there. And that was good enough for them to get that sound that they wanted. So that was kind of an interesting story about handling that console or consoles sale.